Yes. Learn it. Teach. Yeah. 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 Yes. It's in Urdu language basically, because there's literally a lot of good quality content in English already. I personally learn most of my things from Udemy. Like I want to learn something, I just buy a course from Udemy, like React Native, React, Node, Angular. Most of the time I just go there by Maximilian Showers is my one of favorite instructor, then Paul John and few other like 4 to 5 top instructor which I personally like, and I just watch their course, 50 to 60 hours of course content in 2 to 3 weeks, and at least it helps me to learn thing. Once I learn that, then I recreate almost like similar content in Urdu, because like here in Pakistan it's 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 like in Urdu there's not that much high quality of content, or if there is then it's really hard to find it. So I want to create a channel where they can learn from zero to like full stack, from one instructor, without changing the style, without changing the terms, without changing the practices, like your way of explaining something. Yeah, go ahead. Urdu. You Urdu. It's a international, like national language of Pakistan. So I'm from Pakistan. Yeah, I'm from Lahore. Let me send it to you. That's okay. 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 I went through the links you shared with me, you in the video itself as well. You mainly mentioned that, then the app on the ham radio app as well. So yeah, I went through the links. And Japan. There it is. Okay. Great. 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 Sure thing. Basically, I already told you a bit of my hobby about that culture part which you mentioned. Personally, my driving force is learning. Like I like to learn if it's something which trains my brain, something which trains my body, or new culture. Like right now, at least I'm trying. I bought a course from Udemy on Arabic language, so I'm trying to learn that, if possible, hopefully. So yeah, like new culture, new language, especially first new language, then into their culture. So at least I understand if I like read some term or something which I can remember and then translate into my own language which I understand better. That's pretty much it about my hobby side. About my professional side, because I like continuously learn. I learn a lot, like different stacks. I will say my main strong suit is Node.js, React, and these stuff like Firebase, React, Node.js, and Laravel. These are my main like strong suits. But I have worked in Angular, Vue, Flutter, Ionic, AWS, Lambda, etc. So I continuously keep learning, and one of way to retain my knowledge is like this YouTube channel. Like I recently, fun fact, last week I created a new series. It's on React.js with Laravel. So it will be out hopefully in 2 weeks or so. Some right now it's in editing process. So we are just trying to. I have like a friend of mine named Roman, so he helps me like gets the video edited. I don't have like experience in that domain, so he just takes care of that part, and we just keep it rolling. So yeah. Right now, basically, right now I'm unemployed. Basically, this Zions, but you see, it's just a company I registered on my own. So mainly my big brother's company. So this is, you can say, yeah, yes, and that's why I like Zions.com/YouTube. So it takes you there on the. So yeah, that's you can say that's my hobby part thing. I just create small apps like. If you want to see one app which which might interest you, might not. So this is a app which I developed in with another friend of mine named Talha, Talha Irshad. So he and I, only two developers, developed this app, and now we are trying to get its backend to Firebase. We just right now, at least, we are in love of Firebase because it reduce much hassle from our side on server side at the very. Yeah, yeah, we can. Yeah, simple is that, because I can literally manage servers and all that, but the cost part will just bury me like literally alive. So I really love solution which are serverless, like AWS Lambda. Okay. Yeah, basically we are right now it's paused because previously I was working with a client, Ireland-based client. So it was a SaaS app, and we were trying to target the perks category. So I think you already know, like in companies, employees get perks from companies. So many time employees does not know the amount of perks or the specific perks they have to themselves. So that product helps companies and their employees to get to know each other better. Like the companies can register themselves, onboard their user, mention all their perks, get connection with other businesses and companies, add perks together, benefits, and their employees will be able to get benefit from all of them. And the app will tell them at right point, like, okay, you have this perk, you are near it. if you want to avail it. If you don't want to, it's your, but at least these are the perks available to you. So that was quite a nice app. In that that was the last big project I was working on, like created Android, iOS, Slack, Microsoft Teams, web, 5 different apps in that. So it was really a great app. It was okay. Great. Okay. Okay. I will try to learn as much as possible. That is one thing I can say. Okay. Great, great. And well, I will ask this question from team as well, because like there are different aspects. If we start with React Native, we can just get the web app from it. Like some developers don't like that hybrid kind of feel like, okay, let's keep React Native to just Android and mobile. But personally, I like to get like at least 5 apps out of it: web, Android, iOS, Windows, and Mac OS at least, because it can, like, we just need to let me share a good example with you. Let me share a great example with you. I think you already know it. I'm not sure if you do or not, but this is like I personally like React Native apps to be at least at this caliber. So this is a great app. You will love it. So this is developed in React Native and web, obviously using Electron, because React Native itself handles native Android and native iOS. Then you need web, you go with React Native web. Then you need Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. You go with Electron, and its minimum configuration. Obviously, it depends on the size of project as well. Like if we already have a huge project, then implementing Electron into it will be like time consuming and like considerable hit. Yeah, simple, simple. Yeah, yeah. And like once again, just random knowledge, we can get all 5 apps from React.js as well. There we will be. Just give me 2 minutes. Yes, yes, yes. You got it. React Native is better. Yeah, yeah. I'm not saying that. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. I will let you. Basically, here's at least what I think. Like learning different things helps, because, like I mentioned, I worked with React, React Native, and Flutter and Ionic as well. Right now, there's a major issue in Ionic, so it is not supporting the React Router v6. So that is a major, you can say, give up on React Native, like don't but it's sorry, on Ionic framework. But it's not just that a capacitor does not have to be with the like Ionic framework. It's just a collaboration that Ionic does out of the box. Yes, and why React Native is better, because it's much better in animation, performance, and native side of thing. Like if you want to get something, and Flutter and React Native both. Personally, I like, at least I rate Flutter a bit higher, uh, because when I try to evaluate things, I evaluate them on the like worst case scenario. What can go most wrong? So custom native modules, these are hard in Ionic. It will be much headache to develop. Like If I'm honest, it was your video. Like I personally like the job interviews which are a bit like straightforward, like where the I like to work directly with the owner or C level, like so I can share things, I can get direct feedback. I personally don't like to work in companies where are like more than three like chain levels. Then like it's no matter how much you, yeah, simple as that they are, yeah. I personally, I I personally don't, I at least I don't like that because like you mentioned it yourself, it in that flow it doesn't matter how good you are, like you might be the person who is doing like the whole team's job, but the end person doesn't know. This company will try to retain you, but just as a developer, as their resource, not like someone who can be a potential founding like who can be a potential member, like they can get like more. So I personally don't. Decision making, like because I continuously learn, so not just like so I can just follow. Obviously like there are, I try to like make decision with reason, not just like okay I want to make that. That is at least that is not my way of doing things. I will if I say something, I will at least try my very best to prove that with reason. If the other person can like oppose me with reason, like okay Asan, you are right, but this is why we are not doing it, I will just agree with that, like okay you are right, as because I'm not the know it all. Yeah, like not just accept like okay my senior said it, okay let's do it, like okay if you know something share it, right? You will get better knowledge, okay why your senior didn't decided to go with that path, or other team members are going, so just at least share. Sorry, please. Merit. Merit. Yeah. So yeah, on that part, I will say so. Like just in advance, I'm really at least I think I'm not the person who will like try to place someone just to get their attention. Like if I don't like somebody, I at least I will let them know. Like okay, brother, this is thing. If you can avoid at least with me, like it's better. And it's same from other side as well. Like if somebody does not. Obviously learning will be always a key factor. I will inshallah keep learning. That is like that is my personal thing. That is one thing which I will keep doing, regardless where I am. uh, Obviously when it's about working in an environment, like I said, authority so everybody at least have in first go, everyone should have like a go at like, do you have an idea? Do you want to add something? Okay, like these are the inputs from that partner, and then based on that evaluate. Okay, that's and like other things are like these are basic things. Okay, work life balance and in that it's quite common, and when after a certain level, that's become just a common thing. So I don't think mentioning them is any. uh, some call me like direct Asan. The sirs, at least the senior members, they just call me directly with my name. Mostly, if I pick up and call dial anybody, they will directly address me. The members with the almost same role or a bit junior role, they will mostly they or I request them to address me as Hassan Bhai. Like at least the Lahore person. Like this is a term. Uh, After name we add Bhai. It's mean brother. So that's just. But international, the client which I mentioned previously, and almost each and every other international client, they just go with my name, direct name, Hassan, Hassan or Hassan. Mostly Hassan. I'm not sure how they. Yeah. So yeah, mostly with my name, direct name first. Uh, well, I don't want to say anything on their behalf, like it's their decision to make. But like I said, what I try to do my best is that at least take care of my part of job. If I cannot take responsibility for other, so my least is like the zero. My zero level is to complete and take full responsibility of my own doings. Then if I like go at 1% or like few a bit higher, then I like try my best to like provide help as much as possible, even if it's just a simple suggestion. Okay, I think maybe this library is better. Oh, I tried that, maybe you should try that as well. Or providing actual code, like okay, here I implemented this in a previous project, maybe you want to have a look. Or just a simple discussion if you want to talk about anything and interested to talk with me if you are. Talha. Talha. Basically, there I was because he was like a bit junior developer. So I was the person defining the task, defining the standards. If you allow me, I will share my screen and show you a bit of the standards which we define throughout the project. It was not at day one, but it was when we like finalized it. So sure. So right now, this can you see my screen? Okay. So right now, I was defining a database schema for one of my other friends. Like he's another. Basically, in my friend circle, at least I try to promote my own. You can say what they say, field of work. So I'm trying to get others to become developer as well. Just another silly thing I try to do. So I'm not sure. I'm a silly person. Okay, let's continue. So here, if I go into wrestling, and maybe I think I already shared with you the project which I recently like last week completed. I think this is the link, just in case if you are interested to see like my a bit about my coding style and all that. The front end you might be interested because that is in React.js. Back end, I'm not sure if you are interested or not. That is in Laravel. It was like for my that series I was doing. So yeah, random knowledge. Let's get to the yes, yes. Like I mentioned, I learn continuously, so I learn in different stacks. Okay, so this and here you can see we are trying to like metal with Firebase, but that is not completed. Okay, so here project record. Yeah, these are the rules. So these are the rules which were defined by me, and obviously my agreed by my other friend throughout the life cycle of the project. Like, okay, if you want to do alerts, what we want to do, if we want to handle navigation, how should that happen, if we want to handle any capacitor API, what to do with that, if we want to like any feature. Okay, there's nothing here. Simply yeah, and like each and everything, like we get a rule which we agree and like, we just write that down. So obviously because if somebody new like a new member join, it will be very hard to like re-explain or remember, even for myself to like remember all of these rules. Okay, what to do with es linting, what to do with like other external website links, what to do with what, like how to take notes, how to take question, how to do routing, what are the standard coding rules. But it's much better or easier in this context to just we get one in one day, we can write that down. After 1 year we have at least 360 rules or something like that. We don't have to have a book of it, but at least a healthy amount of it. So when new each and every like how to write a comment, let me open a random file in it. And like here's why I like it, because once we start following it, it becomes much easier to like progress in the project. Like we just need to follow, it's one function a day. It's not like 1000 functions a day, but just one function. But if we follow the convention, then after like 1000 function, each and every function will follow a pattern, and that will look good. Like it will look good for the code base, it will look good for the team itself. If we share that code base with some other person, they will say like that team is organized. They are not just like okay, I'm doing the things my way, the other person doing things their way. Obviously each and every person is unique, their way of thinking is unique, their way of responding is unique. But we can agree on like mutual rules, like which okay, because we are working, it's for project, so let's define some rules. So your and my coding standard will be at a mutual ground, and it will be easier for third party to understand it better, like something like that. It doesn't have to be too complex. uh, yeah, I will request you to repeat the question, but before that, because you mentioned the word testing, so I have done testing in Jest, Mocha, Chai, and my favorite is Cypress. So I have learned that, and like yeah, Chat GPT, GitHub Copilot. So I have used these. I personally don't buy these tools. I request like like my like people I'm working for, or like just if one we can go sometimes, not every time, but because I have a circle of friends, Roman, Talha, Akil, Asad, Hamza, a few others. So if we really want to buy something, we go as a group deal. Like we contribute little, little, and like divide the total subscription cost amongst ourselves and just get that. Yeah. Yes, basically, like I mentioned, obviously, like if at any point you or like I get any like issue with the things I requested, mainly when I'm working anywhere, obviously, like I'm working there. But like I mentioned, if I suggest something, it won't be like okay, the first day I suggest something and it got no problem. I will wait. I will continue until unless a specific point. Okay, like it was a valid suggestion. I had a valid like background, proper documented background with it, and it was rejected. Then I will request a meeting with you, like, okay, please, I will like to know the reason why it was not considered. Obviously, like once after at least 1 month or two, like, so I know the project as well. I won't be making random this suggestions which does not value the project itself. The Because the success of project is the success of team. So that is the first role. So no. If possible, will I be asked to provide a video as well? I like that stuff. I like that stuff. I like that stuff. Okay. 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 My normal takeoff time is 12 a.m. So I think that should not be a problem. Okay. Which I have used a Track, a Hubstuff, and a few other. Okay. That is no, personally, even if I'm not working for a client, my hub staff continuously learn. Like if I'm learning something, it just helps me understand my day. Like, okay, if I want to know where I put my time, because at the end of day I just have my personal log where I write, okay, what I did today, and I have that for last 2 3 months. I don't know. I don't mind that. Well, when I'm working, my energy changes. Like that, I'm a serious person. Like that dark mode type developers, they are just like into their screen and trying to get their shit done. So that was my second job. My first job was as a front-end developer, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, jQuery. Second was as WordPress developer, WordPress, PHP, MySQL, and obviously the previous technology. Third was where I first learned my first front-end framework and back-end framework, Angular 2 and Laravel. Then after that, I learned React.js and Node.js, and after that, Vue.js. So after that, it was really like Yes, yes, next week. Lahore, you mentioned that. I Bangladesh, Indonesia, Indonesia. He should be mentioned. Yeah, because I okay, done, done, done. I understand. I'm fine. I'm 100% fine. Sure, sure. Understand. I understand. Okay. Sorry. I understand. I understand. I understood. Understand. Okay. 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 Sure. Like obviously, like there's category for each. I do have. I haven't actually started there because I don't have time for that. But I bought like electronics equipment, at a minimum level, just like iron and all that. Like I might try at some day, like once I get some time, to create a basic radio, like because we can create it ourselves. Have a magnet and like match. So at least it communicates in my house at the very least. Mm, no, no. I just want to know about the next step. You already mentioned that it will be a project-based task, so I just want to know like when I can get started there. Uh, Basically, if you can send it today, I will just have a look because I. What do you think? Like, what is the scope of the project? Maybe we can talk about it or what some. Okay, then. What is the UI? Yeah. Done. Please do. And just for record, I will be off like next week. But if you send it before that, and if I think it can be done before it, I will just try my very best to finish it, send it to you, then go on eat leaves, and when I get back, hopefully. I understand. I understand. I understand. I understand. I understand. Thanks a lot. It was really great. Thanks. Bye bye. क्या चल रहा है? चल रहा है? तीसरा तो उसको मैसेज कर देता हूँ, उसको कॉल करा। वालेकुम सलाम जी, बिलाल भाई कहाँ पे है? बिलाल भाई ऐसे बात कर रहा हूँ, वो सोलर सिस्टम। अच्छा। अरे नहीं यार, आप तो मुझे तो नहीं, कोई जरूरत नहीं, अल्लाह आसानी करे। मुझे बता दें कि क्या मतलब कि कंप्लीट। चलिए ठीक है सर, आ जाए, मैं यहाँ पे अवेलेबल हूँ प्लीज। यार नहीं नहीं यार, बिल्कुल जरूरत नहीं बिलाल भैया, आपने कह रही है उतना बहुत है, लिटरल इतना तो इश्यू है। आप आपको अगले तो आप आराम से यहाँ पे आके आराम से परेशान नहीं कर सकते, सुबह कर लीजिएगा, लिटरली अपनी अपने आप को आप कर नहीं कर सकते, लेकिन कल तक कर लीजिए। मैं अवेलेबल हूँ, आप अपने लिए इजी रखें, कोई मसला वाली बात नहीं, लेकिन कल टाइम नहीं करना, बस ठीक है। यार मैं आपको गिनवा देता हूँ कि मैंने क्या क्या रखा हुआ है अपने पास, ताकि अगर कोई चीज़ रह गई है तो आप मुझे बता दो, आपका वक्त आया ना। मैं व्हाट्सएप पे ही आ जाओ, व्हाट्सएप पे वीडियो कॉल में दिखा देता हूँ, आपके लिए आसानी रहेगी। हाँ हाँ, करो करो, मैं आपको दिखा देता हूँ कि ये चीज़ें मेरे पास हैं। अस्सलामुअलैकुम। अच्छा, बिलाल भाई अभी कुछ और चाहिए होगा तो प्लीज़ मुझे बता देना। बाकी कल जुम्मा है, तो यहाँ पे जुम्मा 1 से लेके सवा 2 बजे तक तो आप देख लीजिएगा अगर सुबह आने तो 7 बजे तक तो ये मैंने आपको बता देते हैं लोकेशन शेयर की हुई है, ठीक है। और अदरवाइज़ तो फिर देख लीजिएगा आप, जैसे आपकी आप मुझे अगर हो सकेगा तो भी बहुत अपना बता दीजिएगा कैसे मैं कितने बजे तक आऊँगा, ताकि मैं अपनी अवेलेबिलिटी ये हाँ मेरी तो आपके इस वक्त पे तो प्लीज़
तो जुम्मा
कल की।
इसमें नहीं होता
अच्छा,
खरीदे
आज थर्सडे गांडू।
आज है
मैं क्या, मैं हो सकता मैं
मैं सीरियसली आज ऐसे समझ के बैठा मैं क्या
कोई भी
करता
गांड बजने वाली हुई। मैं लिटरली मैं क्या
मंडे
कि
को
हो
भाई
सकता है यार, मैं क्योंकि मोस्टली मैं गलत कर देता हूँ।
मैं क्योंकि मैं ना सोच मैंने इस साल यार अपने नाम में मैं तो ये बैठ के समझ के बैठा मैं क्या तो गाने की फोटो वाले दिन आने लगा था सब
ये ये
मैंने को टाइम देखा थर्सडे है
हाँ थर्सडे की है, हो सकता है मेरी ज़्यादा ही बज गई हो मुझे।
दुनिया सब वो जल्दी पता ही नहीं
अगले हफ्ते ही था।
ठीक है
पहले दिन क्या करना वाला,
हां
पहले दिन
जवान
यहाँ पे मामू की, तो वो जो गांव में अपनी है उसका,
मैं नहीं बोल पापा लोग ने किया है काम आ गया पापा लोग ने
वहाँ पे करके इधर आ जाएंगे लोग।
उन्होंने एक घंटे का मांगा है और 12-13 लोग होते हैं बाकी वो आपसे थोड़ी कर वो देख सकता है घंटे की मारा हमें से जाना है
यहाँ पे क्या लिया मामू ने,
तो
कितना का, कितने का है,
75
कहाँ से,
तो कौन से
फिर बेहतर होगा। तो यहाँ पे मंडी में तो आग लगी हुई है भाई।
अभी एक घंटा में लेना देख के क्या कर
ਇੱਥੇ ਮੰਡੀ 'ਚ ਤੇ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਖੀਰਾ 70 ਦਾ ਚੁਕਾ ਦੇ।
वीडियो रिकॉर्ड करना सारी बात में YouTube पे फैल जाएंगी
बच्चे एक तो यूट्यूब की पॉलिसी के खिलाफ है,
मतलब ब्लैक वाली
जो भी है इस चीज़ को जहाँ पे मतलब टोका ये यू, इसमें काफ़ी रिस्ट्रिक्शंस होती हैं। हाँ, कम से कम जो चैनल चल रहा है उस पर नहीं बैन करते हैं, क्योंकि ब्लड तो ख़ास तौर पे छुरी और खून निकला है, सीधी पॉलिसी, क्योंकि बच्चे होते हैं, बच्चों ने गलती से देख लिया चला दी, कौन जिम्मेदार है।